stuff. Come on, Twitch. You can do it. There you go. Alright, let us resume our life.
Teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Oops.
Endure
You did?
in enduring.
Oh, holy shit, you totally did. Yeah. What does this one do? When hit, same number of times as level, 4 to 5 seconds. Yeah, well, let's give that a shot. Alright, oh, that's right, Mort is outside, isn't he? You again, what do you want from old Lothar now? I have given you your skull friend and your answers. I warn you, I haven't all day to attend to you. His gaze falls on you with the force of a sledgehammer. I wanted to ask you some other questions. Keep it quick, scarred one. I cannot tarry all day. Tell me about Ravel Puzzlewell. Why am I immortal? Why have I lost my memory? I wish to fail myself. Why have I lost my memory? This is a side effect of losing your mortality. I've lost my mortality? What do you mean? Your mortality, your soul. Your soul, if you will, that which allows you to live and die, is gone from you. It was stripped from you by magical means, by the night hag Ravel Puzzlewell. Your mortality is the key to your existence. When you find it, you will find your answers. Tell me about this Ravel. Ravel Puzzlewell is an enigma, even among the night hags. Some would call her barmy. Others say she plays a deeper game than any can see through. She is evil through and through, making the friends you'll see in the area seem positively divine when compared to... the fiends, not friends, when compared to her. She is out of the reach of men now, thanks to the powers. For she was mazed by the Lady of Pain. Hey, Nick, what's up, man? Mazed, how do I find her? Mazes are like pocket dimensions, small places between places. To reach one, you need to find a portal and a key. I do not know where the door or the key are. Perhaps you should seek some of your old acquaintances. You have certainly left a trail of them behind. They will find you, no doubt. Pray they mean you well. Perhaps you should visit the Civic Fest Hall. They have many answers there. It is actually made by the same people who made Baldur's Gate, Black Isle. Or, well, that made the original Baldur's Gate. What did Ravel do? She was a maker of toys and puzzles. A solver of problems that didn't need solving. She decided that Sigil, the cage, was the largest puzzle box of all and set herself to undo it. To let in the armies of fiends at her disposal, no doubt, to upset the balance of the city and turn the entire burg into a carnal house. Pray to any power you hold dear. With thanks, she did not succeed. I will find her and force her to return my mortality. Farewell. Alright, how in the hell do I get out of here? This? I'm guessing? Alright. And then probably this? Because I believe he said that Mort was outside. Yo, Mort. Yeah, don't you come over here, by the way. Okay, first off... Oh my god, there's so much crap I have to give to Mort. Didn't y'all have, like, a bunch of his stuff? Mort, you don't have your teeth? Where's his teeth? Give that. Yes.
Hey.
What should... No, wait, what? I should do magic damage. Done. Okay, but I actually would like you to do... I would actually like you to do magic damage? No. Where is the magic damage? What? Okay, ignore the teeth. Was there another pair, like another set of teeth that I am thinking of? Here, you carry all this crap, dude. I think you might have also had the arm. Man, I can't give you shit, dude. I think Bone Charms I could give you, though. What was it that I could use to restore your health? I really don't recall. Cobblestone. It's not turn-based. It is basically exactly like Baldur's Gate in that you can pause it whenever. I could swear you had teeth that could do magic damage, dude.
Hey.
I could swear you had teeth that could do magic damage. Unless I accidentally left them behind like an idiot. That may be the case. Here, you can take this pry bar and this hammer, and also these keys. But also, we need to talk, pal.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Let's see. Why don't you tell me about the extra line of tattoos on my back? Give you some advice. Let's see. What do you know about the Night Hag Ravel? Well, she's a Night Hag, and she was definitely barmy enough to make you immortal of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me. Mort rolls his eyes. Still, anyone addled enough to lock blades with the Lady of Pain isn't someone we really want to find. Uh-huh. How'd you die? No idea, Chief. Okay, well. Why can I ask you about this man? Yeah, I actually did a short playthrough. Well, not entire playthrough, but like it was a short playthrough on Xenonauts on the channel. Why don't you tell me about the extra line of tattoos? Oh, that bit at the end? Well, I figured it wasn't. It was watched, so I didn't read it out loud. Let's see. Never mind. Do you think it refers to you? I doubt it. I mean, you can trust me, right, Chief? Are you lying to me, Mort? No, come on. What's your problem, Chief? I haven't steered you wrong yet. I don't like the fact that you didn't read me that line, and I'd like to know what else you've neglected to mention since we've been traveling together. Nothing. I've told you everything. Well, almost everything, but nothing, dangerous. If there's anything else, I suggest you tell me now. Chief, seriously, there's nothing else. I wouldn't hold out on you. Except the... Oh, my God. Mort. Okay. Clearly there's something else going on. Hey, Tealport, what's up, dude? Apparently Mort can no longer do magic teeth. Or I've somehow managed to leave his stuff behind, unfortunately. I didn't think he had 2 pairs of teeth, or 2 bags of teeth. I thought he just had the one. Right? It was just the one, wasn't it? Just gonna check again, make sure I didn't miss any. No. Rags, clean rags. Bronze bracelet, ring, clot charm, blood charm, infinite. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I... Wait, hey. Weird. Vorten. If you're named, I talk to you. You see a Harmonium officer. He gives you a bored look as you approach. Greetings. He gives you a bored look. Greetings, citizen. Measure 3 Vorten at your service. I have some questions. He sighs. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm on duty and have no time for questions. He pauses. If you would like information, go talk to Ebb Creeknees. Who's Ebb Creeknees? He's an old friend of mine. I think he considers himself to be a tout now. So he can give you the chant concerning just about anything. Where do I find him? They are equipped. But when I went to try to change the type, it only went to crushing and piercing. He thinks for a moment. Last I heard, he pretty much set himself up in the Smoldering Corpse bar. You can find it somewhere down in the hive. Thanks. Wait, did I already talk to Ebb Creeknees? I feel like I did. You see a middle-aged man wearing dusty clothes. He does not appear to be in the best of health. His skin is pale yellow, and you see an occasional pustule along his arms. Greetings. He turns and glances at you from behind hollow eyes. His eyes narrow in suspicion as he continues to glance around. What do you want? His voice is raspy. I have some questions. He turns his attention to you. Why are you bothering me for? I look the part of a tout. You're available? You seem to be a knowledgeable individual that I can learn from. What's a tout? He frowns at you. Somebody you go to for asking a bunch of damn fool questions. He stares at you. I do have some questions. He sighs. What you be wanting to know? Are you feeling alright? Another few years of death won't cure. He coughs and looks up. Air's been getting worse in the ward late. By me reckon, it should level out once the great foundry settles, or a wind blows through from the spire. What is with the air here? It's mostly because of all the portals. He has a coughing fit and then returns his attention to you. What do you mean? Lots of doors to the lower planes here. Lets in bad air and fumes and such from who knows what layer of the abyss. That's why this here is the lower ward, he laughs. A jaunt through this area is like breathing in a meal. Salt, smoke, pipe weed. It's all yellow blankets of smoke and stinging sulfurous gas that this ward spits out. He gives you a gap-toothed smile. Pretty, hey? They're still magical from when you last told them to be. They won't stop. Oh, okay, cool. You can upgrade the command later on. All right, excellent. So it's more that, like, now he does piercing or crushing damage that is also magical. Gotcha. Mention the foundry? Sent to the ward, pretty much. Look for the stacks. Them godsmen make a bunch of things out of iron. Nothing fancy, but they work. And the bad air, too. Godsmen. The believers have their kip in the great foundry, banging and singing and chanting their barmy silliness on being powers in the next 10 upon 10 and a bunch of other 10 lifetimes. He rolls his eyes, then spits a brown mass from his mouth. All they do is suffer and slave and work. I slave twice as hard, and no way I'm gonna be any sort of power. You understand me, Burke? He laughs hollowly. Let's see. You said something about the winds earlier. At times, winds blow in from Sigel's spire, drive the smog out. He glances up and coughs. For a while. What can you tell me about this ward? Eh? He looks at you like you're crazy. You clueless? Craftsmen, shops, warehouses, all have their kip here. He squints at you, his eyes somewhat bleary. You looking for something in particular? What's there to do around here? He studies you for a moment, then looks at you knowingly. You looking to get your iron tempered, maybe? He laughs, which breaks into coughing. None of them places near. Might try the kips the other wards, if and that's what you be after. Excuse me? I think he's talking about sexy time. You could use some jink. You're looking for work, then your luck's run dry. Little enough to go around for those who live here. Like to buy some things? If you're looking to buy an item or two or peddle some higher merchandise, then I would make one's way to the open air market. He starts coughing again. What can you tell me about the market? He gives you a wicked smile. You can buy and sell there, Burke. It'd be a market. What else is there to say about it? Some other questions. Let's see. Anything interesting around here? Interesting. We could just ask him to teach us to be a warrior. He concentrates for a moment. Well, there's the tower. It seems to come up in the chant a lot. Tell me about the tower. He laughs, but it soon breaks into coughing. One of the more damnable mysteries of this ward. Here tell it simply dumped itself in Sigil one day many years ago. No idea where it came from, how it got there, or how to get in the damn thing. Takes up space and looks like a sight. All them acid burns, weapon scars. Looks like it's seen a few hundred wars, it does. Anything else come to mind? He thinks for a moment and then shrugs. Can't think of anything of interest. Thank you. So the other thing I was a little like weird, well, not weirded out by, but like Mort can't learn, or it can't like I can't talk to Mort about all the shit that just happened. Like with the weird mage dude. This woman has a yellow cast to her skin and severe features. Tattoos cover her body, and she wears a long blade at her side. Oh my god, excuse me. Her eyes are like two small black pearls. As you approach her, they follow Dakon's movements. Before you reach her, Dakon breaks in. I would have you hear me. What is it, Dakon? It is my will that we not speak to this woman. Why not? She's a Zerth. Our wills are crossed blades. We have no common ground. Your wish has been noted. We will speak to her anyway. Then do not speak to her. As you approach, she ignores you entirely. Dakon gives her a slight bow, which she ignores entirely. She loses a string of harsh words at Dakon, and he replies in a level tone. This only seems to infuriate her. Dakon, will you translate for me? He need not translate for you. I will tell you. You are a human wearing a shirt of scars and blood, unfit to hear the words of Zerthamon. You walk in the shadow of a pariah. Yet he has persuaded me to allow you to hear me speak. I would know your will. I just had a few questions. Oh, fuck, that's wrong. I wanted to ask you a few questions. Akali drowning. Ask and you shall be answered. What did you mean when you said I walk in the shadow of a pariah? You walk with a pariah, and you know not his history. He is quick to speak other words, but of his history he has remained silent. Ask him of Shrakat lore, of the fall of the mighty fortress of the Githyanki, and see what his divided mind reveals to you. Ask him how he speaks with Zerthamon's words, but his karak is as mist. It is not Zerthamon's words that lack conviction. It is their echoes that have been distorted. There is no doubt in how Zerthamon's mind is spoken. Generations of Zerth are as Rakma's jewel. Of one mind on this matter, your stance carries with it a divided mind. The doubt is yours, an echo cast from your own faithlessness. Your words speak not the mind of Zerthamon. They are shaped of angles and hate, as if molded by the Gith's mind itself. You shall lie with the dead of Shrakat lore in shifting chaos, for you see all with Vilkar's eye. Your mind is divided, your karak is weak. Stand in the way of the blades? Yes. As if sensing your intent, Dakon speaks to you without breaking the gaze he holds with Kina. Hold fast and do not stand in the way of our blades. Let it go, Dakon. Dakon reluctantly lowers his blade. Kina stares at him incredulously for a moment, and then a sharp grin splits her features. The truth at last. Your mind is not divided. You are a slave to this human. He speaks with an anarch's authority to you, and you listen. Your mind is cast in Gith's mold, Kina. Let's go, Dakon. This is why Gith shouldn't breed. They're always going on about this or that belief, or this or the belief of this, or where's a mind flayer or Githyanki to kill, and so on and so forth. I don't think they even enjoy poking each other. They go barmy and lose their minds by the wayside, or else. They stay so direct and focused all the time they forget their sense of humor. They blather about focus and having one mind and community trust. But note that the race broke with itself soon as it broke with the mind-suckers. Now tell me religion and ideology won't bring the planes crashing down. You've lost your way, Dakon. Know that I hope you find your path. I pity you. Farewell. Fuck. God damn. That was a horrible interaction. I am sorry to Dakon that even happened. Can I talk to you about it?
What is your will?
Dakon turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. His blade is shimmering. Let's see. No, we've already asked all this stuff. Well, there's you! You see an older man in elegant robes. He has bright eyes and a warm smile. He gives you a slight bow as you approach. Good day, Cutter. I'm Sebastian. How may I serve you? Greetings. Greetings to you as well, Cutter. He stops in mid-sentence as he notices your scars. You see his eyes travel along them, and his eyebrows arc in surprise. He returns his gaze to you. I was about to ask if I could do for you, or what I could do for you, but there is no need. I think I see why you came to me, Cutter. What, are you trying to say you can help me with these scars? He smiles at you and shrugs his shoulders. Perhaps, Cutter, perhaps. He leans forward and begins to examine your scars carefully. He runs a finger along several of them, mumbling to himself. Finally, he looks up at you. Yes, Cutter, I can help you. I cannot cure you, but I can alleviate the worst of your condition. And your price? Ah, yes, the price. He begins stroking his chin and stares at you. You get the impression you are being weighed somehow. He seems to come to some sort of decision. I have a job that I think you could perform. Go on. I've signed a contract with a certain creature. I'm no longer able to fulfill the contract. It is beyond my abilities. However, the creature will not release me from the contract. Instead, it has threatened me with death unless I fulfill the contract. Let me guess, you want me to solve this problem for you? He sighs. Yes, I cannot do it myself. My reputation demands that I fulfill the contract or face the consequences. I am at your mercy in this regard. Will you help me? What kind of creature are we talking about? An Abishai named Grossuk? Cutter. He pauses to gauge your reaction. I know this is a difficult task, but one I think you can handle. Also, the reward I offer you is great. He gestures to your scars. What were you contracted to do? He shakes his head. I cannot reveal that information, Cutter. I am magically bound not to. That is why people come to me. They know that if I accept the contract, it will be handled with discretion. Interesting proposal. Yes, give me the details. Let's see. You'll need a magic weapon to cause it any harm, so check with some of the shops if you don't own one. Spellcaster can harm it as well. Grossuk can be found to the east, beyond the siege tower. Siege tower. Yes, over beyond the market. Damned thing just appeared one day several years back. No one knows why, and no one seems to be able to get inside it to find out. Alrighty. What's going on around here? He looks at you suspiciously. What do you mean, Cutter? He looks around and spreads his arms as if to encompass the whole ward. Life, Cutter. Life is, as usual, is nothing more. What is this place? He gives you a quizzical look. Do you mean this market? Or this ward of Sigil? This ward. This is the lower ward, Cutter, home of the common people and the industrial side of Sigil. It's not the slums of the hive, yet it holds no splendor such as the ladies' ward. What is it called? The lower ward. He lets out a short laugh, and shrugs his shoulders. That depends on your point of view, Cutter. The rich say it's because this is the home of the common or lower classes. If you ask those who live here, it's because of the portals and the incident. Yes, he frowns as he pauses to think. A long time ago, this was known as the Prime Ward. People new to the city were placed here and not allowed access to all of Sigil. There were many other restrictions placed upon them as well. Some Burke took offense to that and decided to form a rebellion. It went nowhere, of course, until he made a fascinating discovery. Go on. You see, there are a lot of portals in this area of the city, and most of them open to the lower planes. Well, that Barmy Burke found a way to open them all at once. He allowed anything that wanted to come through the portals into the city. It became quite bloody. A terrible war ensued. Is he talking about the Blood War? Anyway, that's why this is known as the lower ward, because of the portals. Sebastian, how did this person open all the gates? He used an item that he either had commissioned or made himself. What was it called? He pauses for a moment. Pauses to think for a moment. I remember. The Shadow Sorcelled Key. At the mention of the key, you begin to feel dizzy. The world around you freezes and everything turns gray. You sense a past memory trying to force its way into your conscious. Fuck. Relax and let it come. The world around you fades, and you find yourself in the darkened streets of Sigil. Your heart is pounding, trying to break free from your chest. Your breath comes in ragged gasps. You've been running for hours, it seems, and yet you cannot stop. You turn a corner and enter an alley, finally slowing your flight. You feel your strength fade as you lean against a nearby wall and try to catch your breath. You become aware of something hard pressed into the palm of your hand. Glancing down, you open your clenched fist to stare at the gem embedded in the flesh. Oh, God. Your body sags towards the wall until your forehead touches its cold, damp surface. Your eyes close and you force yourself to take slow, deep breaths. Just as you feel your strength returning, you hear a faint noise and instantly snap to full awareness. You turn to look toward the alley mouth. At first, you see nothing, just ghost visions caused by the shadows of the night. You are about to turn away when a slight movement catches your eye. Slowly, a female form glides around the corner, pauses, and then turns to face you. Your eyes travel from her slender waist toward her full bosom, and then her blade-enshrouded face. Even in the darkness, you can see her cold, emotionless eyes. Are they talking? They're either talking about a Merilith or a succubus, is my guess. The memory fades, and your normal vision returns. You are standing before Sebastian in the market. He is looking at you with some concern, but this passes when he sees that you are all right. Thought I lost you for a moment there, Cutter. What became of this shadow-sorcelled key? He shrugs his shoulders. No one knows. The key has been lost for some time now. Many believe the Lady of Pain took the key to prevent it ever being used again. So what was the outcome of the rebellion? He thinks for a moment. Well, everyone except the leader was given pages in the dead book. The leader and the creatures just up and vanished one day. Surely the lady's work. The survivors fled the ward. The fumes of the lower planes had polluted the air. You see, anyway, the ward remained deserted until the foundry was eventually built. What can you tell me about the foundry? He frowns. It's the home of the Godsman, Cutter. If you have any questions regarding them, I suggest you go to the foundry and ask them. Is there anything else I want to ask you? I guess not. Thank you, I suppose? And who are you? You see a pretty young woman in fine clothes. Her skin lacks the usual yellow tint of the inhabitants of this ward. She appears to be watching 3 nearby creatures with interest. Greetings. I'm assuming she's watching these ogres or giants or whatever the hell they are. She turns to face you, and an annoyed look crosses her face. Yes? What do you want? Asks questions. Fine, she looks irritated. Who are you? My name is Xanthia. She looks you up and down, and then frowns. Is there something else you want? I have questions. What are you doing here? There's going to be a fight, and I want to see it. She smiles wickedly. It should be interesting. A fight? Yes. See those 3 Thakola over there? She points to the 3 hulking creatures with rippling muscles. They're going to try to kill an Abashi. She snorts. Stupid oafs. I've heard of something called not Abashi, Abishai. What exactly is it? Thakola look like they can take care of themselves. What exactly is the Abishai? It's a Lower Plains creature, a Baatsu, I think. She frowns in thought. In any case, Abishai have nasty dispositions, sharp claws, and can cast spells. Very formidable. The Thakola look like they can take care of themselves? Normally I would say yes, the Thakola are very powerful warriors. She smiles slyly and leans in to whisper to you. However, I know something they don't. And what might that be? Abishai can only be hurt by magic, she snickers. The Thakola will be slaughtered. I have no doubt of it. She straightens up and watches the Thakola eagerly. I know they can only be hurt by magic. She gives you an annoyed look. My husband is very high up in the Harmonium. The Harmonium guards are trained to deal with creatures such as Abishai. She looks away. That's how I know my husband told me. Why don't you warn the Thakola? Why should I do that? She smiles evilly. I'm the one who suggested the fight. Why? My husband tries to better his social standing with his underlings by drinking with them in the local taverns. Last evening, he forced me to just such an occasion. Those 3 oafs were there, boasting of their prowess as warriors. It was obvious they were in a drunken stupor. When they decided to leave, one of them tripped and fell onto this table I was sitting at. She pauses. She frowns angrily. Most of the drinks at the table spilled into my lap and ruined a very expensive evening gown. So while the cretin was trying to apologize, I whispered to him that I only accepted the apology of a warrior of stature. If he were truly such a warrior, he'd be able to defeat an Abishai in hand-to-hand combat. You're going to get them killed because they ruined a dress?
Updated my journal.
You obviously do not understand the intricacies behind the situation. She looks at you like you are an idiot child. I was embarrassed and humiliated in front of my husband and his underlings. She looks angry. I see. You sound like a jerk. What can you tell me about the ward? Nothing. She looks about with distaste. Were it not for the fight, I wouldn't be caught dead here. All right. Well, I think we have somebody to warn about a potential fight with Abishai. You see a well-dressed middle-aged man. He seems to be scanning the crowd with a practiced eye. He notices you approach and gives you a quick once-over. Hello. He smiles at you and gives a barely perceptible nod. I am Byron Pickett, moneylender. May I help you? Moneylender? He nods again. Yes, I cater to the needs of merchants. Want to start a business? Keep one afloat that's down on its luck? Or perhaps expand a business. In either case, you come to me for the funds. He looks you up and down. I doubt that you are a merchant, sir, so what can I do for you? I'm not going to say I'm a merchant. He sighs. Very well, make it quick. What is this place? If you mean the ward in general, it's called the lower ward. If you... Okay, let's see. It is the home of the common people. He gestures around him. Look about you, and you will see all that there is to see. Nothing of any interest. Then why are you here? He smiles. The one thing these mindless sods are good for is spending their money. It gives them the feeling that they are actually accomplishing something with their otherwise meaningless lives. He pauses and looks about with disdain. Go on. He shrugs. Where there is money, you will also find merchants and thieves. I help provide the merchants needed to relieve them. He gestures about. Of their hard-earned coin, he smiles at you. Who helps provide them, the thieves, that is? Not I, he gives you a calculating look and smiles. Why do you ask? Call it curiosity.
Updated my journal.
He laughs. Such curiosity can be dangerous, even fatal if one isn't careful. He pauses to consider his next words as he examines you closely. You might want to talk to Lenny. He can usually be found south and east of the market. He pauses for a moment. Tell him I sent you. Tell me about the open-air market, an excellent market that caters to just about every need. He pauses to think for a moment before continuing. Nothing exotic is available. These sods cannot afford such items, but a good market nonetheless. Thanks, buddy. Who was that? Okay, this is just lower ward townspeople. Okay, I would like to check these buckets. Oh, give me that jink. Alright. Let's talk to these Coca-Colas, Thacola? I don't know how you actually pronounce it. This huge creature stands over 9 feet tall. Rippling muscles support its massive frame. It seems to be engaged in conversation with two similar creatures next to it. Greetings. He turns at your greeting and begins to look about. After a moment, he looks down and notices you. A look of confusion crosses his features. What you want of Zerb? I have some questions. He gives you an apologetic look and shakes his head. Zerb not speak language well. Sorry, you talk Thorpe. He gestures to one of the creatures next to him. Alright, thank you. These guys are very polite. At least that guy was. This creature is... Okay, he leers at you and laughs. He looks down at you and gives you a friendly smile. What do you want, Smalley? I have some questions. You got questions, maybe Thorpe got answer. He smiles at you. Who are you? He smacks himself in the chest with a thunderous blow. Thorpe! He raises his arms above his head and shakes his fists at the sky. Mighty warrior is Thorpe. All Thokola are mighty warriors. He places his fists on his hips and glares at you. Who are you? I don't remember my name. He nudges at you as he examines your scars. You got mighty scars. You must be great warrior, like Thorpe. He frowns and nods wisely. You got hit on head too many times. Not remember name. Someday I'd come back. This guy is awesome. What are you doing here? He barks out a laugh and smiles at you. Thorpe here with friends. He gestures at the nearby Thokola. We're gonna barsha flying lizard. He lets out a roar and begins to pound his chest with fists the size of hams. A flying lizard. He nods his head, then begins to make crawling motions. Lizard, you know, but it fly. He begins to flap his arms like a huge misshapen bird. Eventually he settles down and looks at you expectantly. You mean a dragon? He snorts and raises to his full height. Thorpe good, but he not that good. Someday Thorpe want to bash dragon. He stares off into the distance with a longing expression, then sighs. But this not that day. Well, if it's not a dragon you're talking about, then what is it? I mean, we know, but I'm trying to get him to, to give us the goods. Thorpe not remember what Xanthia call it. He pauses to think. It lizard. Tall as Thorpe. Walk on back legs. Got wings. Got claws. Red in color. Think she say it called Abishai? He pauses, then shrugs. I've heard of something called an Abishai. Yeah, an Abishai. Is that what you mean?
Updated my journal.
His eyes light up, and he gives you a joyful smile as he nods his head. Yes, Abishai, flying lizard. Thorpe and friends bash real good. Thorpe be warrior of stature then. Xanthia, accept apology. What's this about Xanthia and an apology? Thorpe take friends to tavern last night. Thorpe gets stinking drunk full on Xanthia's table. Spilled drinks all over her. He looks embarrassed. He looks embarrassed. Xanthia says she not accept apology unless Thorpe be warrior of stature. So killing an Abishai. Jesus. These guys are amazing, dude. I think killing an Abishai is, so killing an Abishai is supposed to give you stature.
Updated my
He
journal.
shrugs. Empty to say so. Thorpe not know. I see. I have some other questions. Let's see. He smiles and nods at you enthusiastically. That's that right. Thorpe and friends Barsh. I've learned that Abishai can only be hurt by magic weapons.
Updated my journal.
Oh, damn! He gives you a worried look. Need magic? How you know? I asked around, Thorpe. It's what people tell me. Thorpe not have magic. Friends not have magic. We die if we barsh Abishai. He sighs. Thorpe not be a warrior of stature. Xanthia not accept apology. You're willing to risk your life for the honor of a lady, Thorpe. Only a warrior of stature would do that. He stares at you blankly for a moment, and then a huge smile appears on his face. Really? Thorpe and friends now have stature? Yes, consider Xanthia's honor to be satisfied and the apology accepted. Oh, shit. Thorpe, thank you. You saved life. You saved life of friends. He turns to the other Thakola and speaks to them hurriedly. After a moment, all three bow to you, and each hands you a pouch of coins. What? He smiles. You good friend. You deserve. Dude, we saved them from potential obliteration. This is wonderful. I am very happy right now. We haven't gone in here, have we? This is probably the same place as the doorway up there. Holy shit.
Done.
Drixel. See a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction, with spikes flaring out from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach. Good day, citizen. How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look. I have some questions. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. I'm Harmonium Guard Drixel, citizen. I keep the peace here at the market. Tell me about the Harmonium. He snaps to attention. Our belief is simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are the order. We are the truth. He steals his expression. There wasn't even a question of me joining them. You see, some Burks talk about doing battle with chaos to restore order and harmony, but they haven't got the stones to do anything about it. The Harmonium, we take action. We keep order on Sigil streets and on the plains. He nods at you matter-of-factly. Go on. He looks even bolder as he speaks. And we do not keep order with words. We fight and fight hard to maintain and enforce order. Cross-traders, Knights of the Post, Indepts, Anarchists, Chaosists, Tenari Fiends, all had best beware the Harmonium's shadow. Chaos can only exist in an air of tolerance. What can you tell me of the other factions? He looks at you he looks rather bored, then shrugs his shoulders. Nothing. They're not part of the truth. That is the Harmonium. I have not studied them. I need to buy weapons. He gestures at the market. Plenty of merchants here, citizen. You can find what you need here. Magic items? Just, okay, plenty. Alright. Alright, sure. Well, I guess I'm out of here. Shopper. Alec? You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings. And to you as well, Cutter. How may I serve you? He raises his eyebrows as he awaits your answer. Ooh. Interested in some spells. He nods and glances about the market. Forgive me, Cutter. I only sell magical items. You should talk to Cinder. His stall is over by the furnace, toward the exit. Show me what you have for sale. All right. Well, first off, I gotta sell some stuff. I don't think any. No, none of it's in my possession. Oh, he won't. Oh, shit. Mega shield. Oh. Ah, it's only usable by thieves, huh? Ring of the Traveler, you say? Okay, so that's just Displacer Ring. Okay. So when used, this item causes an attacker to feel the same pain and hurt that he has inflicted upon the user. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like that other spell that we've got. All right. Let's see, we got shoppers. Shopper. Let's go talk to this Anzi. What's that furnace used for? He glances at the furnace and then lowers his voice. The furnace does nothing other than teach me lazy boy responsibility. That boy is always yapping and talking and such, reckons himself a scholar and don't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me. Okay. Need to buy some weapons. Alright, so I don't really know if I need the battle axe anymore because I don't even know if anybody could use it. I mean, it is a +1. I could always just come back and buy it from this dude. So I might as well get rid of it. So this guy has... Oh, Lord. That is very big. It's very big. Ooh. Wait, is this... Oh, this is usable by people of my persuasion. Let's see. Is there anything else on... No, okay. Can you use any of this stuff? Magic punch daggers, huh? But Anna has her own, doesn't she? Yeah, I'm not thinking I should really replace those. Yeah. Spike Knuckles, though, I mean, let's get rid of that. I'm going to keep the hammer and pry bar. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, if I'm going to be able to use them. Not be able to use them, but if I might be able to, you know, make use of them later. Okay, we don't need these daggers any longer, I don't think. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need this scalpel either. So, sell the bone dagger. Sell the bone dagger, that bone dagger. Sell the scalpel. There we go. Alright. Now. Laszlo. You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he is tending a furnace. Let's see. Why does everyone seem to have yellow skin around here? It's a sickness, it is, caused by the bad air. What with the smoke and all, the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily found around here. He shrugs. Some days it's not good to be out when the smogs linger too long. They can scald your eyes right out of your skull. So it's said. Is something to be done about it? I don't know. At times, winds come from the spire and blow the city clear of smog, but that's not as often as would be liked. He blinks, glances around, then shrugs. Ladies will, I guess. Don't make much sense, but then little does if you look at it long enough. Some other questions for you. Is there anything worth seeing around here? Not much to see. The Great Foundry is impressive, though. You might check that out. Home of the Believers, you know? He stops to think. Most of the more amazing sites are in some of the upper wards. It might be better to look around there. I hear there's a brothel there, the Fest Hall, and some other places that are more interesting. I don't know for sure. I've been here all my life. Alright, that's fine. So let's see. I forget, is this the guy that he said, that our dude said was going to sell spells? You could give a few scars yourself. He frowns, then begins to laugh. Aye, that I do. A few years back I had me a kip set up in the hive. Some barmy mage decided to turn the ward right out of Sigil. Or to burn the ward right out of Sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was. A month, that's not long at all. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment. Aye, it could have been worse. Local mage healed me, fixed the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back, but I kinda like the look. Do you think this mage could help me with my scars? He looks you over, then shrugs. I don't see why not. Your scars don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. Aye, now, who's to say? You should talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian, and he sets his kip up over by the fountain. Ah, I may do that. I have some other questions for you, though. I'm interested in spells. He smiles. I think I can help you. Let me show you my wares. Alright. Rings. Let me sell the free... Oh, God. Alright, fine. Wait, what? Cone of Cold, give it to me. Cloak of Warding. The spell summons a magical cloak of force around you, around your body that absorbs damage. Spell creates a shield effect similar to the shield spell. It absorbs 3 to 12 points of damage, plus 1 point per caster level. Once it has absorbed this amount of damage, it shatters or powers down. Ooh, that's kind of nifty. I'll take that. Oh my god, Tasha's laughter, please, yes. Vampiric touch. What? Ah! Okay, hang on. Let me learn some spells first. Oh, right. Oh my god, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. It's such an amazingly good spell. Alright, you know what? You can carry this stuff, Mort. Vampiric Touch, yes please. Confusion. Force Missiles. Proof Strength. Damn it. I'm getting very low on cash. But very high on spells. Okay. Let me look at my spell book. Oh, give me the cone. Force Missile. This force accurately strike down the blast the intended victim. Like the magic missile, this spell creates a mystical globe of energy, which will successfully hit its target for 2 to 8 points of damage, regardless of saving throw. It then explodes with a concussive blast that does 1 point of damage per level of the caster within 3 foot radius. If a saving throw is made, then this concussive damage is negated. The wizard creates 1 missile at 7th. Plus an additional missile at every 2nd level after 7th for a maximum of 7 missiles. My god. And what level am I? 9. That sounds like the kind of spell I would like. Okay, we could do improved strength, but I also like confusion is wonderful. Mind screwiness is wonderful. It's true. I am very, very serious about the finger painting. Did I not get Vampiric Touch? Oh, ball lightning. Right. Right. Okay, so we can try Tasha's Unbearable Derisive Laughter. Which, I love that it's such a long name. What man does not feel their body fill with burning shame when mocked by a woman? Fill the ears of your enemies with the derisive scorn of a woman's laughter. Their bodies shall become clumsy and foolish. Easily struck and confidence shall be leached from their muscles, weakening their blows. Tasha's Hideous Laughter is such an amazingly heinous spell.
I'm gone.
For a second, I thought that said, male stripper and not male shopper. See a tall man in plate armor. Let's see. Good day, citizen. I am Guard Corvus. I had some questions for you. Do you know someone named Lenny? He frowns in thought. Lenny? Yes, I know a thief who goes by that name. He can usually be found over by the siege tower. What can you tell me about him? He gives you a stern look. Anything I know about that individual is harmonium business, citizen. I cannot discuss such matters with strangers. Perhaps after I get to know you better... Byron Pickett. He frowns and nods his head. Yes, I'm familiar with Byron. What can you tell me of him? He gives you a stern look. Anything I know about that individual is harmonium... Okay. Try to see what he's looking at. You glance over your shoulder and notice a young lady wandering about the market. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her. You seem preoccupied. What are you looking at? He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon, citizen. Please excuse me. His eyes wander back to the young woman, and his voice fades almost to a whisper. She has the voice of an angel, and she is such a pretty young thing, he sighs. Harmonium business, bah. Those hard heads are all about universal peace and... I know, I so much prefer the Mercy Killers. Just down to business, man. Why don't you go talk to her? You seem quite infatuated with her.
Updated my journal.
An uncomfortable silence fills the air. Finally, he turns his attention back to you. I just couldn't. I mean, a woman like that, well, she must be... He sighs and pauses for a moment. Was there anything else I can help you with? Okay. Who is this that he's looking at? Is it Karina? If so, we're going to send her his way. You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile as you approach. Greetings. Her smile broadens. Hello, I'm Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cutter. She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have some questions. She nods her head. All right, what do you want to know? Where can I buy some weapons? She smiles and points to one of the counters. Anzi over there sells weapons. All kinds of weapons. Are you a warrior? How silly of me. Of course you are. I mean, how could you not be with all those scars? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't mention those. You're not sensitive about them, are you? No, I've gotten used to them. She looks relieved. Oh, good. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, or anyone else's for that matter. You just have to be careful what you say to someone, you know? I mean, people are different, and you never know. What may offend one person may not offend another. So, anyway, she pauses for a breath and smiles at you. I have some questions. What can I buy? Magic. She smiles and points to one of the counters. Alec over there sells magic things. Are you a mage? You don't look like one, but I guess looks can be rather deceiving. I don't know what a mage really looks like. Now that I think about it, do you? Yes, they wear robes with funny symbols and pointy hats. Oh, that's wonderful. Really, that's good to know. I mean, mages scare me, so I want to know what they look like. I guess it's all that power they have, and they can do really incredible things and all. But you don't know what they look like. Warriors and priests and, you know, other powerful people just look powerful with all that stuff they carry around that says they're powerful people, but not mages. She pauses. You really like to talk, don't you? She shuffles her feet and looks embarrassed. Well, I've been told that I probably talk a bit too much, and, well, people tend to avoid me, and I don't really have any friends or male friends courting me. Sometimes I get lonely. Her voice gets lower and lower until she is finally silent. She stares at the ground at her feet. I don't think you're a bad person, Karina. I happen to like you.
Updated my journal.
Oh! She gives you a hopeful look. Really? Thank you so much. I don't know your name. I don't remember my name. She frowns, starts to say something, and then thinks better of it. She shrugs her shoulders. What's in a name? It's just nice to know. I have a friend. She smiles. Very well, Karina. Did I miss the, Corvus, go talk to her, you weirdo. Her name is Karina. He snaps his attention to you. I beg your pardon? You know her, citizen? He looks at Karina again. Voice of an angel and such a pretty young thing? Yes, and she's also lonely. I'm certain she would welcome the company of a gentleman. Let's see him. Let's do the,
Updated my journal.
He glances at you, then back at Karina. Actually, one of my coworkers, her daughter's name is Karina. I don't know if it's spelled that way, though. Excuse me a moment, citizen. He steps around you and heads toward Karina. All right. Corvus returns to you and is smiling brightly. Thank you, friend. Wonderful young lady. He looks a little glassy-eyed. My pleasure. I have some questions. Now tell me about other things. Do you know someone named Lenny? Lenny, yes, I know. Let's see. What can you tell me about him?
Updated my journal.
Officially, nothing. He pauses for a moment before answering. Unofficially, he's a thief and a good one. A master, I would say. Although he is a thief, he seems to have some ethics. He's never been suspected of assault or murder. He managed to avoid the law on numerous occasions. He pauses. Anything else?
Updated my journal.
Yes, I would not be afraid to turn my back on Lenny. There are a few people I can say that about, but Lenny is one of them. He shrugs. That is all, friend. What about Byron? Tell me about him.
Updated my
Give me the info. Officially nothing. He pauses for a moment and answers. Unofficially, he is suspected of being behind most of the criminal activity here in the market. We believe him to be responsible for the murder of a merchant named Zach. His list of suspects suspected crimes is quite long. He pauses.
Updated
Anything
my
else?
journal.
Yes, I would not turn my back on him, and I would think twice about being anywhere alone with him. He shrugs. That is all, friend. Thank you. What a helpful young man. Hey, Xanthia, how do you feel about us, you know, telling those dudes? You see Xanthia. She gives you a look filled with hatred. You warned the brute, didn't you? Yes, I did what felt right. She nods her head slowly. I will not forget this insult. Good day to you. She turns... Okay, so I've made an enemy. Wonderful. That's just great.
Gone.
Ooh, the Godsman. Nazi, you look like a dust man? Well, from here you look like a dust man. You see a sickly Githzerai woman. She is hunched and bent, and her constant coughing is obviously a source of pain to her. She holds a handkerchief that is practically soaking with blood, tissue, and phlegm to her face. She spies you and hisses. Greetings? She stares at you and speaks a few mumbled words to Dakon. Dakon glances at you and says, she cannot understand your speech. She says she is dying. What's she dying of? Her name is Anazi. She says she used to work in the meat curing house here until a half month ago, when the illness became too much for her to bear. She was abandoned, evicted from her home, and left for dead. Speech pains her, and her illness has crippled much of her mind. She says there is nothing she can give you of value. And? Know that she will not recover. I can put her out of her misery, but that is all. As a Zerth of the people, it is my responsibility to provide an alternative. Fuck. Because I'm just thinking, like, what if we get a cleric later that can cast Cure Disease? Fuck. Well, wait, but if we get somebody that can cast Cure Disease, maybe they can also cast, like, Raise Dead? Be merciful. Dakon draws his blade and waits for the woman to repair herself. She touches the unbroken circle of Zerthamon he wears for a moment. And her face is stoic. His blade is a blur, and then he has completed the stroke. She lies bleeding on the hard stone of Sigil streets. Well struck, Dakon. Let's go.
My skills have increased. What's up?
I'm very sorry that we had to do that. Well, fuck. Dude, Mort, you are just like a monster. Can I do more stuff with this? Okay, I guess not. Let's see. Harmonium. Ruined Wagon is quite useless. Oh, Jink. Give me the Jink. You have a name? I'll talk to you. Oops. The man has rough, leathery skin with a pale yellow cast and gaunt features. His face is angular, his nose is small and highly placed, and his ears taper to points. So probably an elf. A tracery of tattoos and scars cover his body. He is dressed in strange, gaudy leathers that look more ornamental than combat-ready. His eyes are like two small black stones, and they track you as you approach. Before you reach him, Dakon pauses. I would caution you against speaking to this Githyanki. Oh! What's a Githyanki?
My journal.
Githyanki and Githzerai were once of common stock. We were slaves and food for the Illithids, mind flayers who devoured our lives in order to succor their own. One of our ancestors, the warrior queen Gith, led us to victory against the Illithids, and we escaped. We have waged unending war on the mind flayers ever since. However, there is disagreement over the future of our people. Upon the blasted plains, our leader Zerthamon made the pronouncement of two skies, and steel was bared. One race became two. It is a rift that cannot be closed peacefully. We're going to speak to him anyway. Dakon nods. Mort rolls his eyes. Fools rush in. The Githyanki has been watching you approach and seems to ignore you entirely. Dakon, who wails on the walls of Shrakat lore. An unexpected surprise. He draws his weapon. Dakon also draws his blade. Yemen, your blood shall corrode the flagstones of the streets. Stand between them. Stop. Dakon speaks to you through, though he never takes his eyes off the opponent. Hold fast and do not stand between our blades. Do not order me, Dakon, or I shall order you to kill your... No! Fuck. God damn it. Let it go, Dakon. Dakon speaks to the Gazeri. Yemen, this is not a place of battle. The entire multiverse is our battlefield, dog. There are no sanctuaries. There's no peace. You shall die, the Githyanki attacks. I'll kill this motherfucker. Mort, taunt this scumbag. Wait, what? Skull mob? Mort can summon an avalanche of his friends from the bones of the night to come and take a bite out of the target. Magic resist does not affect this ability. The target gets no saving throw against this effect. The skulls do 1 to 4 points of hit points of normal piercing damage per Mort's level. Mort can only use his ability once per day. My god, it's so good.
Blathering idiot.
Oh, fuck.
Huh? You gotta face only a sledgehammer club and has...
Okay, I think it's time for a little bit of, oh shit, where is it? Help. I used all of... No, pacify.
All right.
Linear occurs... Wait a minute, what? Did it not work? Oh, fuck.
I hear your words. What? Imbecile.
Let's see, how about a chromatic orb? And, we'll hit you with an Adder's Kiss.
I will hear you.
Yeah, get wrecked, you scumbags.
I'm gone. Done.
Alright, I guess this is how we're gonna make our copper, then. Alright, I think that was it.
Done.
This man... Please tell me I didn't accidentally put them to sleep. These barrels are empty. The hoops binding the wood are almost completely rusted through. Who is this? Her name is Trist. She's a young woman who is trying to get your attention. She's wearing shoddy clothes, but her demeanor is one of elegance, unlike that of the people who surround her. Upon closer inspection, you notice that her skin is clean and smooth, lacking the yellow tint of the inhabitants of the ward. She notices your approach and smiles. Thank the powers that you notice me. I am in need of the services of a mercenary. She pauses and examines you more carefully. If appearances are any indication, you would seem to be such an individual. Appearances can be deceptive. What exactly is it that you want? She nods to you. The heart of the matter is that I am to be sold into slavery for a crime I did not commit. I am in need of a champion, someone who will help me prove my innocence, and free me from this fate. She pauses and looks at you expectantly. Tell me exactly what's going on. She thinks for a moment. This is long in the telling, Cutter. Please bear with me. Go on. She sighs as she begins her tale. My husband died recently and left me his business. I'm not business oriented, so I decided to sell. Not long after, I was contacted by a lender saying a loan on the business had not been paid. She pauses to gather her thoughts. Go on. I examined all the documents my husband kept and found that there had indeed been a loan taken, but it had just recently been paid in full. I explained this to the lender, and, a few days later, he asked for a copy of the document. It was nowhere to be found. She looks concerned and pauses to think. Go on. Well, when I could not prove that the loan was paid, the lender took me before the court. My monies were taken and applied to the balance owed. Since it did not pay off the loan, I am to be sold on the block to try and recover the remaining amount due. She gives you a forlorn look. I understand. Why sell you into slavery? She shrugs. It serves many purposes. First, it keeps the prisons relatively clear of all the vilest criminals. Second, the sale of the convicted is used to pay for any damages, costs, or fees involved in the case. Finally, the convicted still serves a sentence from which they are eventually released, supposedly as better citizens. This is all fascinating, but I don't see how I can help you. I need someone to find the missing document. The one that proves the loan was paid. Or if you could purchase my contract, I could pay you back. She gives you a pleading look. I can't spend the next 5 years of my life in this ward cutter. It'll kill me. Surely you've noticed the illness shared by all who live here. No, I don't. Let's see. Yes, the yellow skin and coughing. She nods her head. Yes, Cutter, please, can you find it in your heart to help me? She looks at you nervously. Please. You've been found guilty in the court. Yeah, sure.
Updated my journal.
What's the lender's name? I think I know, though. I know his name well, Cutter. After all I've been through, I will not likely forget it. She gets a faraway look and then shudders for a moment. Byron Pickett is his name. She pauses for a moment. And his associate may be someone named Lenny? Let's see. Who do I talk to? Let's see. Misplaced loan document. Yeah. Shakes her head. No, Cutter. I'm a very meticulous person. I kept the document in a lockbox in my husband's study and never left that room. You explained this to the court yet? She nods her head. Oh, yes, Cutter. I've explained my situation to many. You were the first to be willing to help me. She smiles warmly at you. I have some other questions, then. Do you think the loan document could have been stolen? She shrugs. I don't know. Why would anyone steal that? Yet leave other valuables. Leave other valuables be. It makes little sense to me. Well, maybe the lender stole the document so that you'd pay for the loan twice. She looks at you in shock. That is a terrible thought. She hesitates and then begins to tap her chin with the finger as she thinks. But also a most ingenious one, Cutter. This Byron Pickett does strike me as a knight of the post. A what? She gives you a quizzical look. A thief or a cheat, Cutter. Such are called knights of the post. Or of the cross trade. Who do I talk to about your contract? That would be Duran, the auctioneer. He's usually over there on the block. She points to the front of the platform. Alright. Okay, sure, that's... I mean, no? I'm uncomfortable with this. South script around the door frame proclaims this building as a print shop. Well, let's see if there's anything in here that we might be able to sell some things if we come in here, is what I'm trying to get at. Got the message for you here. Run. Okay, I'll be back. Your receipt. Whoa! Hey, whoa, no, messenger man. This lad looks like he's in a bit of a hurry. He looks at you resentfully as you detain him. He's obviously in a hurry to leave. I have some questions for you. He pauses for a moment, and it's obvious he's not paying any attention. Alright, well, sure. You see a thin, stooped man hunched over a desk, scribbling on a piece of paper. His hair is thinning and drab, drawn back into a ponytail, and thin spectacles adorn his hooked nose. His age could be anywhere from his early 20s to his late 40s. Excuse me. He doesn't look up as he speaks to you. What do you want? Make it quick. Ooh, what do you do here? He looks sharply at you, ceasing the scritching of his pen. Are you entirely dim? It's a printing shop. I print things here. Look around you. I print. What do you print? Books, pamphlets, handbills, words, letters, whatever. He amends. Though I don't do racy prints, and I won't fulfill any perversions you might want, nor do I care to ask. I have some questions for you. Do they have to do with work? What is this place? Okay, we've already asked that. What else? Alright, well, no. Then you're wasting your time and mine. Good day. He turns... Okay. Don't you ignore me. waves his hand, and you find yourself outside the shop. What the? Oh, this dude just booted us out of his shop. That was wonderful. Maybe don't talk to him just yet. Because if we get into a fight, that's going to really suck. Let's see, the purpose of this device is unknown. It appears to be some sort of drawbridge. Interesting. Alright, well, let's, Rail's probably here to catch rainwater. Alright, cool. What is this? Vault of the Ninth World.
Done.
Strangely shaped container with secure bindings sealing it. What could be in it? These crates are made of a very sturdy stock. They must contain heavy items. Vault of the Ninth World. Welcome to the Vaults of the Ninth World. How may I serve you on this fine day? Sigillian. What is this place? Vaults of the Ninth World is pleased to serve as a warehouse for lower ward and all the sentients of Sigil. Our motto is, when one world just isn't big enough, we provide storage space for those who have little to spare. Our prices are competitive, our service is exemplary, and our courtesy to customers is known throughout the plains. What are you? I am the voice of the Vault of the Ninth World. I am here to serve you, the customer. Instruct me in what you desire. Why is this place called the Vault of the Ninth World? Okay, well, okay, fuck this. I think I already know what the hell this place is all about. Oh, no, wait a minute. Can I get over there, please? Otis! See a hulking man, dull-faced and slack-jawed. His muscles, however, are truly a sight to behold. He regards you steadily with his dead eyes. What? Who are you? No talk me, talk Lena. He waves his oak-like arm at the woman supervisor. Just a few questions? No talk me. He seems agitated. All right. What about this guy? You see a thin, skulking man. His long, nimble fingers quiver slightly, and he has trouble meeting your eyes when he talks to you. You startled me. I haven't seen you around here before, stranger. What do you want from me? What is this place? He looks at you carefully to see if you're joking. It's the Vault of the Ninth World. It's a storehouse. Didn't you read the sign when you came in? Not that carefully. Who are you? I'm Connell. I work here. What is this place? Okay, well, alright. You see a middle-aged woman. Her face, care-lined and compassionate. She looks like she's led a hard life. Can I help you with something, stranger? Who are you? I'm Lena. I supervise these other two. She waves a hand at her companions. What is it you do here? This is a storehouse. I'm the supervisor. Things get stored here. Things get taken out of here. She shrugs. Not much to tell, really. Alright. Well, sure. That's also kind of why I wasn't really that interested in talking to this critter, because I don't really have anything to store at the moment. You know what? Let's save and talk to this Abishai. Or Abashi, or whatever the heck the name is. You see a reptilian creature with a snake-like body, 4 clawed feet, leathery wings, and draconian head. The scales covering its body are a vile shade of green. The creature stands upright on its hind legs, balancing with its prehensile tail. As you approach, its eyes narrow to slits and it begins to hiss. Greetings. The air around the creature begins to radiate heat and its scales take on a pale sheen. It gives you a hungry look and appears ready to strike. Suddenly it releases a flurry of hisses and relaxes its stance a bit. Sss. Go. Gorsuk no talk. Told wait. Sss. It glares at you as its tail lashes back and forth. Excuse me. Sebastian sent me. The creature relaxes quite a bit, and the air grows cooler. It holds out a clawed hand to you. Sss. Give Gorsuk information. He looks at you expectantly. No. Oh, no, I'm not saying that. What information? It's hard to read facial expressions on a reptile, but you're certain that Gorsuk is rather annoyed with you. His tail begins to lash furiously, and the air grows warm again. No question. Give Gorsuk information or die. Gorsuk then take information from body. I need to know which piece of information is for you. I run errands intended for several people, you understand. He glares at you for a moment while he thinks. Finally, he gestures at a nearby tower. Siege tower. How get inside? Sebastian say he divine way. Gorsic takes a step toward you and holds out his hand. Now, give now. Oh, that information. I'm sorry, Sebastian wanted to deliver that one in person. He'll be along soon.
Updated my journal.
Here on, Gorsic begins to radiate heat, and his scales take on a pale sheen. He gives you a hungry look and appears ready to strike. He opens his mouth to reveal several rows of razor-sharp teeth. No, Gorsic, think you lie. Give information now, Gorsic. Kill quick, not slow, not give. Gorsic, take time. Give you insides. Or remove you insides. Let you watch. Wait, I don't have the information you want, but I know something that I think is worth my life. Gorsic cocks his head to one side and glares at you. He seems lost in thought for a moment. Gorsic, listen. Information good, you live. He gives you a toothy grin. Not good, you die. Gorsic, give word. Sebastian can't fulfill your contract. He sent me here to kill you. How do I know you'll keep your word? Forget it, Sebastian sent me here to kill you anyway.
Updated my journal.
This may be horrible. Gorsic stares at you for some time, then releases a stream of frustrated hisses. He begins to flex his claws and his tail lashes back and forth. You notice a barbed stinger appear from the tip of his tail occasionally. Yes, information good. Gorsic, give word, you live. Gorsic, thank. Gorsic, go now. Need talk Sebastian. Farewell. Oh, fuck. I believe I've just killed Sebastian. Oops. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, I'll take that. Well, that's bad. This guy was going to help us with our scars and shit, and now he's dead. Well, shit. It's locked. Ball sacks. Wasn't there, like, a thiefy man we were supposed to come down here and talk to? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, I'm gonna reload? Where the hell was it? Fuck's sake, I quick save, dude. Is it this guy? It's this guy. Load. Okay. I gotta find a place to rest. Yeah, I'm not gonna side with the freaking demon or devil. Wait. Yeah, Tanari are demons, Bayatsu are devils. I'm gonna try to find a place to rest, and then we're gonna murder this demon. Because, as you pointed out, this man has been helpful, and I would like to not reward that, because that sounds like I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. What is this? This looks like some weird tower. Shopper. Okay.
All right.
Broca, we've got a customer! This rotund woman, complete with shrewish eyes and nasal voice, brays out, Now what have we here, a customer? Do mine eyes spy a customer? Broca, the diminutive man, replies, Of course your eyes spy a customer. They see a customer all the time. Customers on the street. We have no customers. We will never have customers. It is useless and forlorn to hope for. He pauses as his eyes alight on you. Micah, we have a customer! That's what I've been saying to you. She lowers her voice and turns to you. What can we do for you? Yes. Oh, I can sell the rings. You have cheese. I will buy this cheese. Shards of Fate. Breaks after first use. These gauntlets have been created from special crystals found only in the plains of Bator. When struck by these gauntlets, the crystals will shatter into thousands of pieces, tearing into the flesh and bone of those unlucky enough to be struck. Although heavy metal plates protect the user's hands, there remains a slight chance that some of the shards may strike the user. No, thank you? Like, super no thank you. Okay, you do have one of the rings. More. I don't think I gave any to you, did I? No. Okay. I'm done. Okay, so we got the cheese.
All right.
Indeed.
Done.
Didn't this guy say that there was, like, a man that I should talk to? This like, Lenny or whatever? Yo, I need to talk to you about some other stuff. Sir Aaron Pitt, the moneylender. Back again? I want to talk to you about Trist. Ah, Trist. He frowns and looks away. After a moment, he looks at you and raises his eyebrow. What about her? Trying to find a missing document for her. He sighs and shakes his head. There is no missing document. That was a ruse instigated by Trist to cast doubt on her debt. This matter has been thoroughly investigated by the Mercy Killers, and they found no evidence of any such document. The Mercy Killers? Yes, a faction of fanatics dedicated to uncovering the truth in criminal cases and handing out justice. They are often used as investigators by the courts of Sigil. They are quite thorough, and they found nothing. He glares at you. They could have missed something. That is a possibility, but not very likely. You obviously are not familiar with the Mercy Killers or their methods. For you to make such a statement. If they could not find the document, then it does not exist. He looks at you angrily. Someone could have stolen the document and then destroyed it. That way the loan would be paid twice.
Updated my journal.
For a moment, he looks as if he is about to be furious with you, then a gloating smile crosses his face. What a terrible thought. Pity there is no proof of any such activity. He continues to smile at you. I hear, Guildspur by the entrance to the market sells cheese, if that's what you're after. I'm not sure what you're hoping to do with it. I'm hoping to use the cheese against the many as one. I just don't know how. Yes, a pity. So tell me, why have Trist sold into slavery? Couldn't she pay you your money in the form of a loan? Yes, she could, and I did make that offer to her. He looks at you sternly. However, she turned me down, and I don't allow second chances. No one turns me down without suffering the consequences. No one. I have some other questions. No, I have had enough of you to last a lifetime. I will answer no more of your questions. Now pike off, Sod. He turns away from you. Oh. Well, I'm going to keep annoying you, pal. Let's see. Let's play something with a lower reward. Okay. He can usually be found south and east of the market. He pauses a moment. Tell him I sent you. South and east, you say? It's down here somewhere? There he is. You see a fair-looking young man in shoddy clothes. His eyes dart about as he scans his surroundings. He notices your approach and begins eyeing you warily. He looks you up and down, then glances about. Returning his attention to you, he gives you a wicked grin. You'd best have a good reason for disturbing Lenny, Burke. I have some questions. He laughs at you. I ain't no tout. If you've got questions, go find one. Okay. His smile broadens. You'd best push up before I have to bleed you. I just need to ask you a few... Let's see. What if I told you Brian Pickett sent me? He stops smiling and examines you for a while. His eyes linger on your scars, and he swallows slightly. After a moment, a frown settles on his face, and he appears to be nervous. Pickett sent you? Why? He said you could answer some questions. He frowns. What questions? You notice he looks rather tense. I want to ask you about the papers you stole from Oh, yes. He swallows hard and stares at you. You notice his muscles tense, and it looks like he is ready to run. He puts one hand on his hip in a nonchalant manner, but you can tell he is wound tight as a spring. I don't know what you're talking about, Burke. You'd best be off. Smile wickedly. You know what I'm talking about, Lenny. Byron had you steal some papers from Trist. I'm here to collect them. He swallows hard, and the corner of one eye starts to twitch. He glances at the scars that cover your body, then tries to meet your gaze, but cannot. Collect them? I destroyed them. I destroyed the papers after I nicked them, just like Byron told me. He finally meets your gaze. Really? Then why are you so nervous, Lenny? Let me guess. Byron thinks you destroyed the papers, but maybe you didn't. Maybe you kept them. A little blackmail material, perhaps. Oh, he stares at you for just a moment, then suddenly turns to run. Grab him before he gets away. Just as he starts to run, you leap forward to grab him. He deftly steps out of your reach and begins to sidestep you. Seeing your quarry about to escape, you make another, more desperate lunge at him. You fail to grab him, but you manage to bump into him hard, knocking him off balance. Your efforts foil his escape. All right, I didn't destroy them. I gave them to. I'll give them to you. Just let me go. Why'd you keep them, Lenny? Blackmail, I assume? He snorts and gives you a defiant look. I kept them so I could turn Stag on your boss, Pickett, and keep Trist off the block. He shakes his head. Blackmail my arse. Turn Stag. Yeah, turn Stag. He looks at you for a moment until he realizes you don't know what he means. It means I was going to turn him in, betray him to the Harmonium. I turn Stag on him. He looks at you with some pride. I may be a thief, but I do have some standards. I won't kill some poor sod, and I won't do what Pickett did to Trist and her husband. He shakes his head and looks away. I told your boss that what he was doing was wrong, and he laughed at me. Let's go get those papers, Lenny. He shrugs. Fine, I guess that snake Pickett wins again. He looks at you defiantly. Let's go get those papers, Lenny. Actually, Trist wins this one, Lenny. He frowns. What do you mean? I'm not working for Pickett, Lenny. He stares at you in disbelief. You serious? I thought, but you said... He watches you closely for a moment and then laughs. You gave me the peel so I'd spill the chant to you. He shakes his head and looks at you with respect. Good job, Cutter. I am very happy with myself right now. Let's go get the papers, Lenny. He shakes his head sadly. We can't. They're in the warehouse, and they're not open for business right now. Rumor has it, there's some sort of management change going on. But I don't know if that's true. In any case, I can't get the papers. He looks at you sheepishly. That's why I haven't helped Trist myself, Cutter. I can't get to the sodding papers. I'll look into this and get to the papers myself then. He smiles at you. Go to the warehouse and tell the clerk I'm here for the loan, and he'll give you Trist papers. If you tell him I gave Pickett the laugh, he'll give you a bonus. What bonus? He laughs. Evidence, Cutter. It'll take Pickett off the streets for a long, long time if you give it to the right person. He thinks for a moment. If there's someone in the Harmonium you think you can trust, give it to them. Oh, there is. Oh, is there. Jink? Where does this go? The upper... Ooh. So, warehouse, huh? You see a rugged-looking, square-jawed man. He turns to you with a wide smile. How are you, Cutter? Good day to you. Good day indeed. He squints at you for a second, then juts his hand out to shake yours. Shake his hand. Greetings. Henry is at your service, member of the Harmonium and a fashioner of fine coffins for the recently departed. I think I know you, don't I? Let me see if I can place it. He pauses to think for a moment. Sharp with names I was in the Harmonium, let me tell you. Knew everyone on the entire ward. I have some questions. He nods to you. Ask away, he gives you a broad smile. Here, father died. Can you tell me what happened? Oh, what? He frowns at you. Well, he disappeared some time ago, so I can only assume that he is dead. Where'd you hear that? I don't recall. He nods. Yes, many, many years ago, my father was a talented stonemason, and he didn't only construct sarcophagi, but he was also quite skilled in tomb design. People from across Sigil, the room begins to fade around you as a memory tugs at your consciousness.
Updated my journal.
You find yourself standing in this very shop, talking with an older man, while a child sits in the corner and plays. On the counter between you and the shopkeeper is a set of plans. He seems to be examining some intricacies with the construction of the tomb. Oh my god, excuse me. Your vision fades as you try to examine the details of the plans. When your sight returns, you are standing in a cavern in front of a tomb. Above the entry, you see the slogan, Engineered for Eternity, clearly carved into the stone. The shopkeeper is standing next to you, a broad smile on his face. He gestures to you and begins to walk into the tomb. You quickly match his pace from behind and draw your blade. Heard about Harmy's father in the Gathering Dust bar outside the mortuary. It was quite some time ago. Yeah, I thought I had heard it, but I don't know why the answers were like so. I don't know what the word is. Evasive? You find yourself back in Harmy's shop. He's looking at you with some concern. Are you well, sir? Tell me what happened to your father. He simply vanished one day, leaving most of his commissions unfinished. Most embarrassing. Took a long while to get out of the debt caused by his disappearance, and to an extent, I'm still settling various accounts. Still, I have a certain aptitude for the work, and he sighs lightly and gets a faraway look in his eyes. He shrugs. Sorry, I was just thinking, my father's disappearance was the reason I joined the Harmonium, and left it later on. At first, I had a burning desire to find out what happened to him. Later, I felt a certain obligation to continue his life's work. He sighs. I never found the answers I sought. It was quite the mystery as to what happened. His voice fades to silence. Did your father keep any of the plans for the tombs he built? He thinks for a moment. Yes, he did. After I came of age and inherited the business, I went through all of his records. They were quite extensive. Why do you ask? If I described the tomb to you, could you tell me if it was your father's work? He frowns in thought, then shrugs. I can but try. My harmonium training has blessed me with a sharp memory. I should be able to recognize my father's work if you give me enough details. He looks at you expectantly. Describe the tomb from your memory. He thinks for some time. There is little doubt that the tomb you described is my father's work. The slogan you mentioned has been the family trademark for several generations. He pauses and gives you a strange look. This tomb, where is it located? Describe the location. You describe the location in detail, surprising yourself with the knowledge you have of the area. Hammerys watches you with a concerned look. Odd, I don't recall anything in the family records that would even have permitted him to construct a tomb there. The Dustmen are very careful about building rights in real estate, especially beneath the streets of Sigil. You recognize the location? He nods enthusiastically. Oh yes, sounds like the Drowned Nation's catacombs to me. He pauses. I've never been there myself, but I've heard the area described many a time in my years in the Harmonium. I need to know if your father kept the plans for the tomb. Yes, the warehouse where I store my goods handles my business documents as well. Anyway, they are having internal problems of some sort. New management or some such nonsense. I haven't been able to replenish my stock of late, and I doubt I could retrieve any paperwork from them either. He frowns. The Harmonium would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to its customers. His voice fades away as he thinks, and then he looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matter for me? The warehouse? Yes, the warehouse is having some internal problems of some sort. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I don't really have a choice. He smiles broadly. Excellent. If you deal with this issue satisfactorily, you may have your plans for free. He gets that lecture look on his face again. That may not seem like sufficient payment, but let me tell you about the difficulty involved in creating those plans. No, thank you. I'll just get started on this right away. Farewell. And I think that was more of like a no, thank you, instead of a no, thank you. Okay, I'm not going to steal from this guy. Alright, so we gotta go talk to the people up here, I think. Oops, what'd I do? How do I get this to open? Is this how we get to the warehouse? Yo. Never be. I want to talk to you, fools. You see a burly, bored-looking guard. State your business, please. I'm here to pick up an order. I'm here to put in an order. Who are you? What are you doing? What is this place? Here to pick up an order. Yes, sir. May we see your receipt? No. Then I'm afraid you'll have to leave it, sir. God damn it. Oh! Oh my god. See, here I am thinking it's this. But it's over here. Ah, wait, Deeren. You see a boisterous auctioneer. He is very animated and does a lot of shouting, yelling, and stomping. He seems to have a tendency towards melodrama and makes a lot of strange facial expressions as he waves his arms. Greetings. He glares at you and motions to the crowd that he's taking a break. Well, 1,000 greetings do I bestow on you, sir. He does a double take when he notices your scars. You know, I take one look at you with my discerning eye, and I see a man with in the market for some healing charms. Do you have any charms? He gives you a shocked look and gestures grandly at himself. Do I, Darren, have any charms? He pauses for effect. No, sir, I do not. However, I don't let that fact discourage you. I have plenty of other items for sale. He points to the rear of the auction block where a group of people stands in chains. You sell slaves? He shakes his head. No, sir, these are indentured servants, not slaves. For the most part, they are guilty of minor crimes. The proceeds from their sale go toward paying their debt to the city. After their term of servitude, they will be free citizens once again. So it sounds like slavery to me. He gives you a bright smile. I don't concern myself with such thoughts. My task is to sell their contracts as given by the courts of Sigil. He lowers his voice as he leans in closer. And collect a percentage for my efforts. You understand. He straightens up. You said they were guilty of crimes. What crimes did they commit? Okay, well,
My lungs feel like a chimney.
I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sorry. Alright.
Gone.
You. That is very creepy, and I wish you wouldn't say that. If you find something, wait. Oh, I should probably talk to this thing, whatever it is. I'd like to claim something. I'll also tell you that I gave Pickett the laugh. I certainly hope so, sir, whatever that means. I'm just a big dumb rockhead. Here are your papers, sir, and here, thank you. What can I do for you? Answer a few questions for me. I'd like to claim something. Sold to retrieve some plans for a tomb here. I'm not going to say anything about a large bag of coins, huh? Plans for a tomb? You don't look dead, sir. Not that it's any of my business, if you are. Here are your plans, sir. Can I get you anything else? Answer a few questions for me. I'm not going to say this. The temptation was there, but I'm not a thief. At least not that bad a thief. Alright, where are the plans? Loan document, tomb plans. Loan document. This document shows that Triss' loan from Byron Pitt was paid in full. These are the plans for a custom-made tomb. Stenciled proudly across the top edge are the words, engineered for eternity. The plans would make more sense if you were in the tomb itself. You could then make direct comparisons between the plans and how they were implemented. Done. All right. I think we had to go to that Harmonium officer that I spoke with earlier and got a hookup for. Wait, what the hell is this? Ah, it's a bracelet. Wait, who the hell did I sell that shit to? I think it was... Where the hell was that? Let's see. Harmonium Man. Corvus. You see Corvus, the Harmonium guard. He smiles as you at your approach and gives you a slight bow. Hello, friend. Hope you are doing well. How are you and Karina doing? He smiles broadly. We're doing well, thank you. I owe you for your kindness, friend. I have some questions. Do you know somebody named Byron Pickett? I have evidence that proves he is involved in criminal acts here in Sigil. Now no free jinx, such a lawful... Well, I'm trying. He looks at you with interest. Oh, may I see this evidence?
Updated my journal.
He nods, examines the papers thoroughly, then folds them and puts them away. He nods to you and smiles. Excellent work, citizen. These documents are quite detailed in their content. I personally will see that Byron Pickett is taken before the courts. He salutes you, then turns to leave. I shall return shortly. All right? He soon returns and smiles at you. The deed is done. Pickett has been removed from the streets. The evidence has been presented to the courts, and soon he will stand trial. He gives you a slight bow. Once again, I thank you. My pleasure. I have some other questions, though. I need to make sure that that lady is released.
All right.
Please tell me that she is free. Trist. You see Trish. She smiles as you approach and looks hopeful. Have you found the document, Cutter? Can you free me? Yes, I will give it to Darren and he will free you. Look of relief washes over her face. You think she's about to faint, but she quickly recovers. I thank you, Cutter. Please return to me after you speak with Darren. I wanted to ask you about Trist. He frowns for a moment, then shrugs. Very well, sir. What about Trist? I have proof that she is innocent of any crime. He smiles broadly, then laughs. Very well, show me this evidence. He holds his hand out. Give him the document. He opens the document and quickly scans its contents. After a moment, he sighs, then folds the document and puts it inside his shirt. It seems the courts owe Lady Trist an apology, sir. From this moment, she is free, and I will make all arrangements to have her status and property returned to her. Thank you, Darren.
Updated my journal.
No, thank you. It's a rare individual who will do what you have done. He bows to you. Excuse me, I must speak with Lady Trist. Farewell. He begins walking towards Trist. Trist smiles at you warmly. You are my savior, Cutter. I will forever be in your debt. I was happy to help you. Thank you, Cutter. She glances about, and then pauses to think for a moment. You've saved me from certain death, Cutter. A slow, painful death. She frowns as she thinks. Please wait here. I shall return shortly. She turns and walks away. All right. You see Trist approaching. She smiles and waves at you. Hello again, Cutter. Thank you for waiting. She looks about for a moment, then removes a purse from the folds of her dress. With the document you have provided, the courts will restore my status and finances. This is not much, but it is a well-deserved reward for what you have done. She hands you a purse. Thank you, Trist. Okay. She smiles. No, thank you. Farewell, Cutter. Hot damn. That's a lot of jink. That's a lot of jink. Was it in here that we were able to sell stuff? No, this is the print shop. This is the scumbag print man. Okay, well, maybe he's not a scumbag, but he was a little rude.
Done.
But, I mean, I guess I can understand, because, like, you know, we were just asking questions and stuff. That's the coffin maker. Was this the place where we sold the stuff? No.
Done.
Oh, this is not a shortcut, but it's a way to get back into the tunnels, I suppose. Here it is. I think this is the one. Hello? Oh my god. Our customer, they call me. I don't think I gave anybody else anything. Alright.
Done.
Alright. So this dude is going to allow us to keep the thing. But I do want to give him a... not a talking to. Oh, Lenny. I should talk to you. I have some questions for you, dude. Told you everything I know, Cutter. I don't have any other... Okay, so... I thought maybe he would be happy to hear that we gave Pickett the laugh. Henry smiles at you. Good day again, Cutter. Did you get the plans you were looking for? Yes, I've dealt with the situation at the warehouse and got the tomb plans.
Updated my journal.
He smiles and nods. Well done, Cutter. As I said, you may keep whatever you recovered from the warehouse as your reward. Thank you for your help. Who's your friend here? He glances at the customer. Dimitri? He shrugs like he hadn't considered the fellow before. Quiet, doesn't say much. Do you, Dimitri? Dimitri doesn't respond, but simply gives the same blank expression. A few seconds later, he nods. Hamrys shrugs, turns back to you. Wandered in one day a few weeks back. Been a regular ever since. He hasn't bought anything, but he doesn't cause any trouble, so I let him stay. Seems harmless enough. You see, when I was serving the harmonium, part of the work was to take people under our wing. Give them a little shelter from the chaos of the streets. Get them spruced up. Let's see, we're going to greet Dimitri. Man turns slightly at your greeting, just enough to acknowledge your presence. You notice that he is a little pale of complexion and rather gaunt-looking. He's giving you a blank stare. The shopkeeper does not seem to notice any of this and continues with his stream of useless prattle. Are you all right? The man continues to stare at you and slowly nods. You wait for any further response, but he says nothing, only stares. You are about to turn away in frustration when you think you notice a strange musty odor about the... Oh, he's a zombie. You lean in and sniff at the man, unsure what you will find. As you do, a musty odor fills your senses. An odor you recognize from your time in the mortuary. It is the smell of dead flesh preserved by magic. You're a zombie, aren't you? The creature continues to stare at you blankly. Slowly, as if with great effort, he begins to reply to you. Only your speak with dead power makes him understandable. Yes, I am Dimitri. Why are you here, Dimitri? Dimitri slowly glances at the shopkeeper and makes a feeble gesture toward him. Seeing this as a sign of interest, the shopkeeper redoubles his efforts in telling whatever tale he is relating to the poor creature. Dimitri looks at you again. Hamries, he talks. Hamries never stops. Wanders town, annoys master, annoys everyone. Master create Dimitri, tells Dimitri talk Hamries. Now Hamries stay in shop. Master happy, town happy, Dimitri sad. Is there anything I could do to help you, Dimitri? The creature pauses, then resumes his slow speech with you. You can almost detect a pleading tone in his voice. Yes, fine, Master, Sebastian. Ask him release me. Please. He turns his attention to Hamries momentarily. Please. Why don't I just put you out of your... Why don't I just put you out of your misery? Dimitri barely shakes his head at you. No, Master, revive. Must ask Master Sebastian, please. He awaits your answer. Sure, I'll do what I can.
Updated my journal.
You're welcome. I have some questions, though. No, nothing. Dimitri summoned by Master. No darkness, peace, rest. Then Hamries. Sorry, help you if could. Okay, I already know where to find Sebastian. We're gonna go talk to him. God damn it.
All right.
I gotta find a place to rest so I can... Oh, wait, I can rest in the sneaky place. The undead place. Sebastian, you're getting up to all kinds of weird stuff. I want to talk to you about Dimitri. He stared at you for a moment and sighs. What about Dimitri, Cutter? He wants to be released from his curse. He gives you a surprised look and then waves you off. I find that hard to believe, Cutter. Dimitri doesn't have the mental power to desire anything. He frowns for a moment. Did that idiot Hamries put you up to this? Think about it, Sebastian. Hamries doesn't know Dimitri is a zombie, let alone you created him, right? He sighs and seems to be deep in thought. Yes, you're right, of course. Hamries could not have sent you. I guess poor Dimitri is more aware than I intended. A pox on me for my stupidity. So will you release him? He looks at you for a moment with conflicting emotions crossing his face. He sighs and throws his arms up in exasperation. I cannot. Sorry. He gives you a pleading look. I want to, mind you, but I cannot. I fulfilled a contract by creating Dimitri. No. I fulfilled a contract by creating Dimitri, and I cannot break it. Right or wrong, I'm a man of my word. My reputation demands it. I understand your dilemma and agree with you. Could I release him instead? I don't really give a rat's ass about the contracts. What you did is wrong. Oh, God. I'm guessing it's the Abishai. He smiles at you. I'm magically bound not to reveal such information, Cutter. That is why people come to me. They know that if I accept a contract, it will be handled with discretion. I understand. That's the way business should be conducted. Could I release him instead? I really don't... No. Could I release him instead? That would be difficult. He turns and begins to look through a nearby box. After a moment, he removes a book, which he sets down in front of you. First, you'd have to have some magical aptitude. Second, you'd have to be able to properly speak the words you find on page 23 of this book. Go on. Lastly, you'd have to touch Dimitri just as you feel the power of the words culminating within you. He turns his back on you and rummages through another box. I couldn't allow you to read that book, however. It'd be tantamount to my breaking my word through the actions of another. He continues poking through the box, ignoring you. Read the book and leave.
Updated my journal.
This game is wonderful. So wait, what did we get? Where's the chat box? Okay. Dimitri. I'm gonna free you. Dimitri turns to face you slightly as you approach. You can feel a sense of expectation in the air about him. You find Master Dimitri release? Yes, Dimitri, I know how to release you. Dimitri turns to face you and gestures towards you. Please, friend. Speak the words Sebastian taught you. You pause to gather your thoughts, and then carefully you speak the words Sebastian taught you. You then reach out and touch Dimitri lightly on the forehead. Rest well, Dimitri.
My journal.
With a sigh, the zombie collapses at your feet. You think you hear a fleeting "thank you, friend" as he falls to the ground. God damn it.
I'm gone.
You're the best friend a man could ever have, Dimitri. God damn it. Way to make me feel bad, game. Okay, there's nothing else I really need to ask you. Oh, good lord.
I'm gone.
Alright, I have so much shit in my journal. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, we're gonna go down to the tomb. And I'm gonna go back into my tomb. Or at least I'm gonna try to find my own tomb.
I'm gone.
Wait, no. I don't want to be up here. I think that's where I want. Yeah. And all the rats are dead, right? Pretty sure I killed all the rat men. I mean, I also needed to come down here anyway because I needed to see if I could possibly find the rest of the stuff for not the rest of the stuff, but how to make use of the whatchamacallit. Sacred detonations. I don't remember which one it is.
Done.
I already talked to you, didn't I? Fuck. You know, boss, I was getting really sick of his constant... Oh, yes, okay, the constant pauses. Dude, Mort, you are wonderful. Even if you are a dirty liar. This ain't it, is it? I don't think so. No, I don't think this is it.
All right.
Dude, can I just say thank you, Beamdog, for making this? I'm looking for my own tomb, and I thought it was down here. Isn't it? I also wanted to go back to the Dead Nations at some point. Because I wanted to... Oh, what the hell was I looking to do? I need to rest, for one. But I also... need to... Fuck, what the hell was it that I wanted to do? I can't remember. Oh, the decanter. I was looking to see if, like, I could get the word for the... Fuck, it's not down here? I was looking to see if I could get the word for the decanter down here. Am I incorrect? I must be. Shit. Right? Where the hell was my freaking tomb, then? I thought it was down here. Why would you wish to return to your tomb, giving up on your quest already? Well, wait a minute. It was this, the tomb plans. I wanted to look at this. But also, I need to kill that Abishai.
I'm gone.
Man, I feel really bad for taking, what's-her-face's head. Man, I was kind of hoping that her body would be here and that I could use it. Or not use it. God, that sounds terrible. That I could put the head back on it. But apparently I cannot. Hey, can I sleep here? Is that a trap? No, that's a door, right? Okay. Getting everybody all kind of rested up. Let's see the chapel, Summoner's Chambers, Drowned Nation Catacombs. Wait, was it in the Drowned Nation? It might have been in the Drowned Nation Catacombs. Wasn't it? Fuck. Okay. So I want to see if I can figure out the, good lord, what the hell was it called?
I'm gone.
Where's that go? Back to the Warrens of Thought. Excuse me? The Warrens of Thought are there? Didn't I already talk to you? Oh, I don't need that. How would I find out how to use, or what the command word was for the Decanter of Endless Water? Is there a place that I haven't gone here? Sealed passageway. Did I go through here? I don't know that I did. I suppose we could pick some of those locks, but like, eh. There it is. The plans reveal the tomb to be heavily trapped, but the exact locations have been omitted. However, you see an annotation along one side that indicates an especially lethal trap was installed in each room. Scrawled along the bottom of is a note written by another hand. It looks like your handwriting. Read the note. This trap is set. Now I need only wait for my tormentor to step within its walls. However, it occurs to me that I need a way to get the corpse out without having to negotiate the traps myself. An enchantment, perhaps, that somehow transports the corpse back to the beginning? Motherfucker. Wait a minute. I've already done all this. So wait, was I supposed to come here now?
Done.
The door's locked. Excuse me? Sarcophagus lid moves with ease. The locking mechanism has been undone. Open the sarcophagus. Sarcophagus is empty. Nothing has changed since you last checked it. So... Oh, Jesus. You scared the crap out of me, dude. Stop hitting me with magic missiles. I don't need punch daggers. Well, I don't remember what the hell I did last time. Excuse me? Help. Is this new? Oh, no. I don't understand. You have to figure this tomb out on your own without the help of your former incarnation. Interesting.
Done.
So normally you need, well, not need, but like it's good to have that, I suppose. There are bones and droppings, etc. It sounds all kinds of horrible. I don't need this battle axe. I'll take that junk. So I can get to the junk warrens, or whatever the hell they're called. Take that needle and thread. Alright, we've rested. We should probably go kill the Abishai. Or Abashi. Abish. We should go kill that thing. Alright. So we gotta go kill this dragon demon. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I don't know what they're immune to other than non-magical things.
All right.
I also think that at some point I'm probably gonna have to go to the Warrens of Thought again. Because I do want to... is it this?
All right.
I want to say it's near the Crypt of Dismemberment is where that portal is. But anyway, let's go murder the Abishai. Or Abishai, right? I think it's Abishai.
Done.
I'm thinking, like, there's got to be a way to poison the many as one, right? Or maybe not. Maybe just, like, giving... Well... Maybe we can just get them to fart off with just, like, giving them the cheese?
Done.
Alright. Stinky Lizard Man, I am sorry. But I am about to ruin your life. Greetings, strange demon creature. Sebastian sent me. Need to know which one.
Updated my journal.
I don't have the information you want, but I know some. No. Fine, Sebastian sent me to kill you anyway. I run. Because I am not the kind of thing that is good at fighting in melee.
Why not?
And I would like you to move away. Give me an Axe of Torment on this fool. Oh! What in the fuck? Dude, it was like a Final Fantasy moment or something. Holy shit. No, not kind of cold. Force missiles. Yeah. I think I may have just hurt Mort. Wait, no, no! What am I doing? Help. Don't. Did I just accidentally cast another spell at him? That is very unfortunate if I did, and I'm sorry. Oh. He's dead.
I'm gone.
That was very stupid.
Done.
I did not mean to throw that at Dakon. At all. That guy was a much bigger pushover than I thought he would be. Indeed. Abishai. Or Abishai? Sebastian smiles at you. Yes, I've come for what is due to me. One moment, please, Cutter. Sebastian reaches into his robe and removes a small crystal ball. He gazes into it for a moment before returning his attention to you. I cannot thank you enough, Cutter. I shall live up to my part of the bargain. Are you ready? What? It is done, Cutter. Once again, I thank you. Sebastian bows deeply to you. Thank you, and farewell.
Updated my journal.
Dude just gave me +2 charisma. That is craziness. I got a lot of quests, but, like, not a lot that I can actually do here, huh? Alright, well, I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna go to bed. But I hope you all did enjoy this Planescape stream. And we're gonna be doing it again next Wednesday. Or, not Wednesday, next Monday. If I can, I'm gonna try to get in a little bit this Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing this or if I'm gonna be doing Hollow Knight. I think I might be practicing Hollow Knight off camera for a little while because, good lord, is that freaking not Covenant, what the hell do you call that? Pantheon, insanely hard. Thank you for being around, Tealport. It's always nice to have you around, man. Especially when it comes to the Planescape stuff, because, like, don't know. It's nice to have somebody to speak the chant at me, you know. But in any case, I'm gonna go to bed, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will catch y'all later. Have a good night. Praise the sun, and I will see y'all tomorrow for some Dead by Daylight.